U.S. military forces will defend Taiwan if there is an unprecedented attack. Well, that is what U.S. President Joe Biden told CBS's 60 Minutes program, which aired on Sunday. When asked to clarify if he meant that, unlike in Ukraine, U.S. forces would defend Taiwan in the event of a Chinese invasion, Mr. Biden replied yes. After the interview, the White House stressed that U.S. policy has not changed. It continues to practice strategic ambiguity when it comes to Taiwan. Joining us with the latest reaction from Beijing is the Straits Times' China correspondent Danson Cheong. Danson, with tensions between the U.S. and China at an all-time high, especially after U.S. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi's controversial visit to Taiwan, how have Chinese officials responded to these latest comments?
Well, the Chinese Foreign Ministry just said that the latest comments by Biden, seriously violates its One China principle, and also America's previous commitments to not support Taiwan independence. It also says that it's lodged a formal protest with the U.S. and that it won't tolerate any attempt at Taiwan secession. It also says that it reserves options to take any necessary measures to prevent something like this from happening. So the subtext here, is that the military option is very much on the table. As you said, Haryanto, we've had in the past months seen a series of moves from the U.S. On Taiwan. You've had Pelosi's visit to Taiwan last month. The recent Taiwan Policy Act that's now awaiting approval from Congress. So from Beijing's perspective, I think it sees the U.S.'s Taiwan policy, in the context of U.S.-China strategic competition. And, despite its repeated warnings on Taiwan, it feels like the U.S. continues with these provocations. So it's becoming very clear to it that, Taiwan is just another aspect of Washington's policy to contain China.
This is not the first time Mr. Biden has made such remarks. So, Danson, how is this affecting China's thinking on the U.S.'s Taiwan policy?
You're right. This is the fourth time that Biden has said something like this. And like in all the previous three times, a White House official has had to walk back the president's comments and say that there's been no changes to the U.S.'s policy on Taiwan. But if you take a look at the interview, Biden was speaking very clearly and explicitly about the U.S.'s intentions. And he was asked twice, and so this is not a case of him misspeaking. So to the Chinese watching, it's very clear that the U.S.'s decades-long practice of strategic ambiguity is being very seriously eroded, if not already gone. And it's called strategic ambiguity because the U.S. basically will not confirm whether or not it will come to Taiwan's defense in the event of an attack from the mainland. And for decades, this has sort of kept the peace because pro-independence elements in Taiwan cannot be sure if the U.S. will come to Taiwan's defense if China attacks the island. On the other hand, Beijing is also deterred from taking military action because it can't be sure that the U.S. will not interfere. But now that this ambiguity is gone, it kind of reinforces China's thinking that it needs to beef up its military capabilities so that it can retake Taiwan. Chinese analysts say it means basically that Beijing will have to be cautious, but it will be more determined about ramping up its military buildup to prepare for a possible invasion.
Thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon to be notified of new videos.